I want really to welcome welcome the IPCO Foundation, and we are really glad to have this event tonight. For those who have been in the embassy, there are always, before I start to read my speech, two stories I like to say. One is, we wanted to have this beautiful embassy to also change the narrative about Kosovo. And sitting in an old house, President, you know our offices before, and having always this negative narrative about Kosovo, that doesn't help anybody. And having this nice location with these nice people here, and thank you all for you for coming, helps us together to change the narrative. And even that the traffic is a mess, but we see here development, fantastic development, the IT company is going on. So we are happy, and that is why we wanted to have this nice place to invite people like you today to share positive energy, speak positive about Kosovo, and then to create also this interconnection who brings us together. The second point I wanted to say, and it's already going a little bit to my speech, I wanted to make, it's the concept of our embassy here. I was explaining it to the board members of the foundation, so sorry for those who have heard the pitch more than one time, especially my wife Camila, and then my colleagues as well. But this is representing the industrial and economic transformation in Luxembourg. So that is the concept. It was the architects, and then we also contributed. So remember a couple of margarita to elaborate the concept. So the travertine here is representing our medieval castle. So it started like that, and even Luxembourg City was a castle where the owner was a Dutch. So, and his personal residence was Luxembourg. So we have the castle in the middle of Luxembourg City, and we have 5 medieval castles. So the travertine, the walls, is representing a little bit that. And then we moved, actually where I'm coming from, to the south of Luxembourg, where we have cold. So my parents were working in the steel company. So industrialization, we are speaking about steel processing. We are the biggest steel company globally, Mittal Arcelor Steel. So headquarters are in Luxembourg. So that is actually the first industrial revolution from the medieval to Luxembourg, and that's how we built our fortune, at least for my family, as my father was an engineer there. And then we moved in the 80s when we saw not the decline in steel, but when we saw that transport costs to bring the steel to Brazil, to the US, was very expensive for doing it in Luxembourg, and also wages were high. We drastically changed. We drastically innovated, and we came out with our financial sector. So when you look behind, where we will have the buffet, I guess, or whatever, you see the roof is very modern, right? And so on. This should represent our financial sector. And then our financial sector is a big one. It's the second biggest fund place globally, 8 trillion per year. That is just fund industry. So we're second biggest after New York. We're very proud of that. When it comes to green fund, we have more than 55% market share. So we're far away market leader. Small Luxembourg, yes. And then we have also sovereign fund. We are also market leader by 20%. But it's not sufficient. Even the industry, there is no French here in the room, I guess, but especially Argent, you go outside. But Paris, and also Frankfurt, they are very jealous about our financial sector, so they want to take it. But they don't have the skills yet. They don't have the skills, so we had to develop further on, and that is the last point I want to make, is the lights, which is representing our telecommunication and also our satellite company, SAS, is bought just the second biggest US satellite company. So Luxembourg company is buying second biggest US satellite company and become one of the biggest globally. Astra satellite, Kosovo know it from RTL. All those who are speaking German here, it's because you had an Astra, a dish connected to Astra satellite. Those are Luxembourg satellites. So, and then the lines here, it's space mining. So we are the first to have a legal system allowing to whoever wants to go to orbit and bring some minerals to Earth. We have the legal system. We put our flag, and we attract a lot of US companies to Luxembourg. So, dear President Yayaga, dear Ms. Gorjani, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, thank you for being here. Luxembourg's story is one of constant transformation, and even you see it here in the embassy. From its roots as a steel producing nation, the country reinvented itself as a global financial center and later emerged as a pioneer in telecommunication and space innovation. The journey reflects a simple truth. Luxembourg has always embraced change, guided by leadership, vision, and the belief that innovation must serve people and progress. I do believe that the same pioneer spirit brings us tonight together. So it's a great honor to welcome all of you here at the Embassy of Luxembourg for the opening of the DOKU.TECH 2025, a platform that continues to inspire, challenge, and advance the digital future of Kosovo and beyond. Your presence tonight embodies a shared conviction that leadership in the digital area is about connecting people, ideas, and purposes. Around us, I met some of them, not everybody, but around us are individuals and organizations proving that technology guided by a vision and values can truly shape a better future. So allow me to salute and to thank IPCO Foundation. I didn't catch it with your new name, but I prefer House Foundation, IPCO Foundation, for its decade, 14 years, right? Long commitment to building this platform and for its mission to develop future generations of leaders who use technology to drive innovative solutions. Thank you very much for that. We, Luxembourg Development Corporation, it's still Luxembourg Development Corporation. We are not here to replace US aid or German GIZ, but we are happy to help. So we are proud to be part of this journey today, and our partnership with IPCO Foundation supports digital and financial literacy across Kosovo's regions, ensuring that innovative solutions are inclusive and that no one is left behind. The UN slogan related to the SDGs. We are particularly pleased that this year's program, I guess you share that, Madam President, also explores how FinTech connects with women, peace and security agenda. Advancing women's leadership and economic empowerment. This reflects our common belief that innovation and inclusion must go hand in hand, empowering women as leaders and drivers of peace and progress. Let me to conclude by wishing DOKU.TECH this year, especially this year, to strengthen, Professor is here, you already started, the bridges between Kosovo and Luxembourg, and inspire new ideas and partnership that reflect our shared commitment to innovation, inclusion, and sustainable development. Thank you very much for your attention, and sorry to be a little bit off record and long.
Hi everyone. Your Excellency Ambassador, Ms. President, Mr. Giovanni Tordini, Resident Representative of DOKU.TECH, dear board members of the Foundation House, distinguished guests, partners, and friends. Good evening, and thank you for joining us at this opening reception marking the beginning of DOKU.TECH 2025. It is a great pleasure to gather here at the Embassy of Luxembourg among partners who have consistently championed innovation, inclusion, and sustainable development in Kosovo. On behalf of the Foundation House, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to Ambassador Dietz for his warm hospitality and to the Embassy of Luxembourg for its continued trust and support. Our thanks also go to Mr. Tordini, Ms. Anila Cadeo, and the entire LuxDev team for their steadfast collaboration and commitment to building resilient, inclusive communities. Thank you. Through our ongoing partnership with LuxDev, we are proud to implement initiatives that advance digital and financial literacy, strengthen the women, peace and security agenda, and foster digital inclusion across 8 civil society organizations in Kosovo. By building their capacity, we are not only empowering women and youth, but also actively supporting social cohesion by ensuring that underrepresented communities gain equitable access to digital skills, financial tools, and opportunities to participate in innovation and local governance. DOKU.TECH stands as a reflection of our belief in technology as a driver of empowerment, equity, and community transformation. It champions digital inclusion by creating a space where women, youth, and underrepresented voices can engage, contribute, and lead within the innovation ecosystem. Over the years, DOKU.TECH has grown from an event into a movement, one that brings together curious minds, bold thinkers, and problem solvers who believe in the power of technology to transform lives. It has become a space where students, professionals, activists, and innovators come together to explore ideas, challenge assumptions, and co-create solutions that respond to both local and global challenges. As we look ahead, the Foundation House remains deeply committed to advancing social inclusion, women's digital empowerment, and community-based capacity building with a strong focus on ensuring that no group is left behind. This year's DOKU.TECH brings together inspiring voices, so I'm going to say thank you to all the speakers of this year, Ede, Chris, Hanan, and Ala, who remind us that technology is not just about progress, but about innovation, inclusion, cohesion, and sustainable impact. I invite you all to join us tomorrow and the following day at Tech Park, Prishtinë, where we will continue this conversation through talks, exhibition, and immersive experience that celebrate creativity, knowledge, and collaboration. To all our partners, especially universities and women in Kosovo, and every supporter here tonight, thank you for believing in our vision. Your partnership continues to transform ideas into impact and communities into catalysts for change. Thank you for being with us this evening. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at Tech Park and to another inspiring year of shared purpose and progress. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.